guys, it's Amber. Today I'm going to be making a digital art piece of my character Mira from Lost Memories. Now, just to let you guys know, I finished this last night at 2 a.m. and oh my gosh, I love it. I cannot get enough of it. It's great. I hope you guys like it too. So let's get this going. Hey guys, so a quick note, you're seeing a selfie of myself, yes, and this is one thing I tend to do, either with myself or my husband, or sometimes I'll get a friend once in a while, in order to get the poses I want, especially difficult poses that are really hard to figure out naturally, like this one with the upturned face and the hands, especially the hands. I tend to just take a picture of myself, or like I said, my friends and family and things like that, and I take that pose and I use it as sort of just a baseline. As you can see, I went over and got the whole body shape, so I didn't have to worry about myself, and then I went and did a stick figure over, and now I'm doing the actual lines to like the real detailed work, getting the character's face in and her body and all that. And this is just my way of doing things, and to me it really helps, and I'm really glad I did it this way, because I don't know if I would have gotten the end result the way it is actually, because at least this way I know her face looks slightly upturned and I like it. It's whoa. So there isn't really much to say about this drawing in terms of why I did it and who the character is. Again, this is my character Mira from Lost Memories. The whole reason I did this was I really wanted to draw one of my characters this month, since it's, October, the month of Halloween, and why not? There's only a few holidays I like to celebrate throughout the year, and Halloween is one of the big ones. And I like to make art associated with it occasionally. But yeah, I mean, and I figured, what could I do that's really good for it? And I've been drawing a lot of witches lately, so I thought, why not draw one of my characters as a witch and everything? And I had gone through a bunch of my sketches this month to try and figure out some designs or like pieces that I might want to do. And I came across a couple of my drawings of Mira from the past, where one with her having skull flames, and then I combined that with another drawing I made of her where she's got a flame in her hand and she's dressed as a witch, but it's not exactly that I did like a couple years ago, and it's not exactly like this drawing with the upturn and the more exaggerated features. So Mira is not really a witch exactly. Mira is a sorceress in my comic. I don't want to give too much away with her. She is a bit of a significant character. I will say she's not the nicest character I've ever come up with. She's quite the opposite, actually. I mean, if you can't tell by crazy eyes. and very similar to Joker's smile happening with her. But she is my sorceress. I like her. She is really cool. I did draw her with a lot of mirrors because she is technically a sorceress who uses more illusions, illusionary magic. Granted, she does have the ability to conjure up flames and do a few other things, but yeah, I mean, I do not want to say too much about her because she is very significant in my comic, and I know a few things I want to have in the comic with her, but not everything quite yet. And I don't know what I'm going to keep in the comic and what I'm not going to keep in the comic, because she's got a huge backstory that oh my gosh, it breaks my heart. And I do hope to share that at some point. But yeah, I think she's really cool. I like her design. I basically kept her outfit similar to what she already wears, except I gave her like a hat, and compared to what I usually drew her with, I gave her a little more mirrors. Like I gave her the tiny little mirrors like around the bands of the hat, around the border of her dress, and I even gave her more flowy, like witchy sleeves, which I didn't originally do with her, but now I think I'm going to have to keep that in the design along with the tiny little mirrors. The hat can go though, but yeah. I think I am going to keep that design for the most part though. I think as I've gotten older and as I've learned more in my art, I've learned to implement more little details, and I really like the little details. And this one has little details, so I do think I'll be keeping some of these. As you can see here now, though, I am doing the final line work for her. I usually do this with my canvas flipped, as I stated in my last digital drawing video that I did. And I'm doing a lot of copying paste, especially for the mirrors, and then I'm just tweaking those with the transform tool to make them sort of form around a little bit. Oh yeah, the lighting changes here because I was doing most of this in the dark and everything. Oh, and here's where I'm trying to work on hands. Yeah, hands are the bane of every artist's existence, and this is why I make drawings of them. I take pictures so that I can draw them correctly, especially when it's a hand that's overlapping itself, like this one, because those are the worst hands to try and draw, but I want it. And for some reason, this makes me think of raptor claws. Don't ask me why. So, since I have a little time, I'd like to make a little apology for not having any video out last week. This video was supposed to come out last week, but unfortunately, I was dealing with a lot of technical difficulties, which made it extremely difficult. It just did not want to work. I eventually had to redo this all, and I'm actually glad I did, because now I think it looks a lot better. I'm able to add things, and I'm also not doing a incomplete voiceover at 3 in the morning like I was last time. Granted, not all of my recordings were terrible. They just need a little more editing. But yeah, like I said, thank you for dealing with the lack of video last week. I hope to make even better ones. I've got a couple more things in line and in the works, and this week did not go to waste. I did work on other footage for future videos, so no worries. Also, can I just say, this braid was absolutely terrible to try and draw. I don't know why, but I forgot how to draw a braid in the middle of this whole thing. Granted, I was making this drawing sometime between 12 and 2 in the morning. So here I was getting my colors all laid out and in place. I usually just do blocks of color. Not much to say about that. I went into detail on this in my Medusa video, if you want to know a little more about it. But basically, for her color palette, I just stuck to purples primarily because she has a purple hair with a white braid. She also has this like purple pink dress, which I also put into her hat because I didn't think she needed a black hat. I felt the hat could just mimic her dress as it was. And then I added gold accents like around the trim of the dress and the hat and her little undersleeve that comes and attaches to her finger. And, then I used light blue for the mirrors, and as you can see, and I did put black on her fingernails. I felt it was necessary, and it adds to that whole darkness. I kept that pinkish purple for her lips as well, though. And I really like the black on her nails because I also feel in some way it goes back to her eyes. Oh, here's a fun, interesting fact for you. In my world, really powerful magical beings have two different colored eyes. And Mira is one of those beings. She has a black eye and a white eye. And that is because she is a really powerful magical being. Or at least I should say they're more apt to be powerful magical beings if they hone their skills. And she honed her skills. And my character Frederick is very much the same, except his eyes are gold, or are more of a golden yellow and a blue. And again, these all go with I tend to do that with their color palettes too. I really like that. There's different reasons as to why I gave them certain colors, but I can't remember every one of them because I came up with it a long time ago, but I still like it. And I really think with her, the white and the black eye is really cool. And it's just so different in its own way. And it sort of shows that whole different uniqueness. I don't know. I just love it. People can hate on it if they want, but I like it. I think it's cool. Weird eyes are always cool in my opinion. Speaking of eyes, you can see now that I'm sort of just going in there and fixing up the eyes, giving them little details. I know they're so tiny, but I still like to give them details if possible. I actually made this on a bigger canvas than I normally would. Sometimes I do more often than I do an 8x8, but I did a 16x16 I think for this one. Oh yeah, and then I airbrushed on the lines using a clipping layer. Black around the face. I did go over the rest of this and just sort of made like it's not like pure black over, so I went over with the airbrush so that nothing's pure black later on, but it's got this like mix of black and purple. It's hues and it works. here I'm trying to actually figure out my mirrors, because I wanted to do sort of like, I got this really cool idea to just make little skulls in her mirrors. This is when I thought, oh man, I need to implement the skulls, because I had completely forgot about them until just now, and I was trying to figure it out. I tried using the gradient tool, but it just wasn't working for me. So eventually I just went in with my airbrush tool and started sort of just make everything. This was tedious, but I really think it was worth it, and I am so happy with them. It took me a while to figure out. I did try several things with this. I knew I wanted the skulls. I thought about putting little flames in there. I tried it, didn't like it, went back, just started doing little lines instead, and I think it really helped to almost make it look like there's swirling vortexes in there, where it's like the magic's just coming, just radiating inside of it. I don't know. I liked it. I thought it was just a cool design choice, in my opinion, and I'm very happy I did it. Yeah, I used this circle tool that just helped me keep circular lines in there, and I think it really helped and it worked and whatnot, so. So here I am going into the lips and adding, again, like I said, that pinkish purple color that I used in her dress. It took me a little bit to figure out how to do the lips, but I'm really glad I used the airbrush tool, and I used the skin color too on this to sort of lighten it up, and I think it really helped it and gave it a little more detail on her lips. Not much else to say on that part.
Hey guys, so a quick announcement. I just updated my comic Lost Memories. So if you guys want to see what that story is about, I'll put links down in the description below where you can read it on Tapas and Webtoons. I also posted a new tarot card design of my character Frederick from Lost Memories on my Redbubble. That's right, tarot cards. I am planning on making a whole set of tarot cards using only my characters from Lost Memories. I think it'll be fun, and I think it could be really cool. I just finished The Fool, as I said, which will be on my Redbubble. Link in the description, of course. I'm actually going to be starting The Magician soon, so that should be fun. I have a really cool design plan for it, and I can't wait to show you guys. Also, one more thing, if you liked this drawing that I'm making, I will be putting it up on Redbubble, so keep an eye out there too for that. In the meantime, I guess I should let you guys get back to the current content.
So for the flaming skull, I basically did what I had done earlier when drawing Mira, except I had to make sure that it was going to be in front of the back part of her hand, but not the front fingers, like her thumb and the bit of her palm that's showing up. I lowered the opacity on my liner for Mira, and on a separate layer, I drew the skull not once, but twice, I think, if not 3 times. I can't really remember. And I went through and I drew the different blending modes because I wanted this to really glow. It took me a little bit to figure out how to do it. I wanted this, like I said, I want this to glow. I wanted it to be both transparent but also glow because I wanted to see what was behind her. Like, because flames, you can see what's in it or behind it times, so long as it's not too thick or something. If you've seen flames, which I'm sure everyone knows what a flame looks like, you can see through it. And I wanted to just, make this look like purple flames and fire. So I wanted it to be somewhat transparent, but also have this amazing glow. And it took me 3 layers to get that glow. I did a normal layer with using the purple of her hair, actually, and then I just lowered the opacity of that, duplicated that layer. Then using the blending tool on the duplicate layer, I made it an add with the, I believe it was full opacity, which allowed me to make this very light periwinkle color. And then on top of that, I duplicated that once more. And on top of that layer, oh yeah, and I added some little airbrushing to make it look like it's got a glow effect. But I duplicated the add layer, and I made it, I made that duplicate layer a dodge layer with the blending, if that makes sense. And in order to do, and the dodge made it even brighter and more vibrant. And it, honestly, I was so happy with it. Like, whoa. The shading in this, whoa. After I got the skull exactly right, I went and I grabbed a fragment brush, which I believe is a, if it's not a preset, it's something you can download from the cloud on Medibang, and I used that as sort of like little sparks coming out of the flames. I even used it in the background to make it look like there's sparks from all around on her, like from behind her as well. And I used a very harsh shading when doing this. Again, I always use 2 multiply layers with shading. The first layer being using a very large brush, and the second one going in with more details. I basically took a dark purple, a really dark purple, and I went in that multiply, made it full opacity, I believe, not a little less than full, but to make everything look very dark, because I wanted her to be entirely lit from the flames for the most part. And I honestly am surprised and pleased with myself, because I think I managed that fairly well. And this may be one of the few times I think I did lighting semi-accurate. I also love how dark her face got, like from above her nose and everything, like around her eyes. I mean, you can't see her eyes details very well, but whatever. It makes her look even more sinister, and I think that fits even better. And I just so much love it, because she's got this pink glow happening, and that I used a pink instead of a white, which I would normally use for the highlights, because of the pink glow of the flames, and I wanted it to be coherent with it. And oh man, I like it. And again, I used a very dark, if not a black, for the background. And then like I said earlier, I brought in that fragment tool. Oh, I did use white though for little highlights, as you can see around on the mirrors, because the mirrors and even her eyes are very sparkly, because that is a mythic trait. And gems, of course. And with that, she is done, and oh my gosh, I love her. She is so beautiful. She is so sinister and evil. I love her so much. I hope you like her too. Oh.
Hey guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making this piece. There's going to be links in the description below for my comic Lost Memories, which again, you can find it on Webtoons and Tapas. as well as my Redbubble, where you can find my tarot card design, which you want to keep an eye out because I will be making more of those as time goes on. Plan on making a whole set at some point, as well as a few other digital pieces I made in the past. You can also find, I will also be posting this drawing on there very soon. Hopefully sometime today, if not tomorrow, I will get it up. And remember, you guys can always find me on Facebook, Tumblr, and Twitter, and on Ko-fi, where I do have commissions open. I don't post that often, but when I do, I usually either post art or updates on what's going to be happening in my what's going to be happening on my YouTube, or ask questions that could result in possible YouTube videos. So just keep an eye out on that. The video is up here where you can see last week's video, as well as the last Lost Memories video I made. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I hope you guys have a great weekend, and I'll catch y'all next time. Stay spoopy. Bye-bye.